faith is there. I have faith in myself. I have faith that God's not going to give up on me either. I just have to keep fighting, and whatever the battle is, it is, and I just keep battling through it. But the prayers, please keep them coming. We need them all. Every one of them is a valid, plea to God to help this soul right here, and my husband's soul, and the two of us, because we are not whole the way we are right now. I cannot explain to people, we have an emptiness in the two of us, and we don't feel whole. So we want a child. We need that for both of us, and I just don't know how to explain to people that desire. So, be understanding, not judgmental, and it's not selfish to want this. This is totally a biological need for many women. So I don't understand why anybody would even question it. It is what it is. But, to sit there and say, well, maybe you should just give up and just get the surgery and be done with it. I'm not being selfish by wanting to have a child. I'm certainly not being selfish by wanting to have my own child grow inside of me. I don't understand why that's so difficult for people. And it's not like I'm sitting there going, I've seen women with cancer, stage 4, on their deathbed, giving birth to a child. It happens. There are women who die and leave that baby to their husbands, and it happens a lot. You'd be surprised. I'm not going to go quite that far, but I'm not going to give up until the doctors look at me and say, you're going to die if you don't change this. When they say to me, okay, it's reached a point where you're probably going to die if you don't change it, then we'll talk about it. But the reality is they haven't said that to me. And as long as they're willing to work with me, I'm going to keep plugging along, because it's all I can do. So I ask everyone to please be sympathetic and understanding and not judgmental of my choices, because just because it's not a choice you would make, you are not sitting here right now. You are not childless, waiting for this with cancer facing you. You don't have the choices that I have to make. So don't be judgmental of the choices that I'm making. It is what it is, and it's a choice that I'm not willing to bend on, because it's too ingrained in who I am as a person. Being a mother, it's all I've ever wanted. From the first day I walked into a kindergarten classroom and took over the housekeeping section and was the mom and had all the baby dolls, probably even younger than that in preschool and elementary, preschool and stuff. I was very young and always wanted to be a mom from day one. I never wanted to do anything else. So I wish people would just understand. And I've had some wonderful parents in my daycare who've been extremely supportive through all of this. And one of my daycare parents said to me, you are a parent. You're a parent to our children. You are our child's second parent. When we're not around, you are helping raise our kids. You are a mom to them. The hard part about that is, yes, I do mother them. And I do love those children, but they leave. They go on to other things. And it's not the same. Saying goodbye to some child so they can go on to another school is so different. It's not the same. If they're yours, they don't leave. I mean, they will eventually when they're grown up, but it's not the same. And I wish parents understood that little bit of a change. Yes, I do love and adore their children, and that's why I do the job I do. But at the same time, it is not the same. Children that come to you in a daycare situation, if you don't love them as your own, then you shouldn't be doing the job. That's just my opinion on it. But the reality is they end up going on to something else later on. And you have to say goodbye to them, and you don't see them. And the worst part about being an early childhood daycare provider is a lot of times they don't even really remember you and the sacrifices that you made for that child. So it's a difficult process, and I do want my parents to know that I do appreciate that they feel that way about me, because it makes the fact that what I do for a living valid. So I think it's important, that other providers understand that you need to be that person. You need to love and care for those children the same way that you would love and care for your own children. So I don't think I'm different because I don't have kids. I don't think that makes me any different. I think it just is who I am as a person. So, you know, but I do want them to know that I appreciate those comments and that they feel that way about me, because that means I am doing my job and I'm doing it well. So, but, you know, I think that, you know, we're sitting here on April 3rd. My due date for my IVF would have been April 7th. We would have had our baby by now. Like, I would be sitting here holding a child right now if I didn't have to deal with cancer. And I think that is something that's totally different from what other people have to go through. You know, I would be a mother by now if I didn't have to deal with it. I would literally be holding my baby. And instead, I'm sitting here still waiting because they can't get rid of the cancer up for long enough to put the embryos back in. So it's just frustrating, and I don't know. It's hard, and I just felt like I needed to share this with everyone. I know this is a long video, and I'll shorten it up now, but I just wanted to let everybody know kind of where I am, and that I'm not going to give up my fight. So know that. That's just me. That's who I am. I'm just not going to give up that battle. Hopefully the next vlog I get will be a happier one. But, you know, we'll see how things go. And thank you all so much for support and watching my videos and supporting me. I really do appreciate it. So thank you.